Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, chopping, Hari Om, 1, 2, 3, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om. I now call upon Brahmachari Vinay for the invocation prayer. Please come forward. Oh, I didn't say Brahmachari. Okay. Correction.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Thank you, Brahmachari Vinay. Now I'll call Guruji and Swamiji to come up for the 108 names of Puja Gurudev. Vinay, come, chant. The 108 names that you chant. I don't know. Come, chant.
Om Ajaya Namaha. Om Avyayaya Namaha. Om Avinashine Namaha. Om Achintyaya Namaha. Om Aprameyaya Namaha. Om Advitiyaya Namaha. Om Aniketaya Namaha. Om Anushasana Priyaya Namaha. ॐ अन्तःसाक्षिणे नमः। ॐ अन्तर्यामिने नमः। ॐ आनन्दाय नमः। ॐ आत्मस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ आङ्ग्लभाषाविदुत्तमाय नमः। ॐ ईश्वराय नमः। ॐ उदारहृदयाय नमः। ॐ उत्साहवर्धकाय नमः। ॐ एकस्मै नमः। ॐ ओङ्कारविदे नमः। ॐ करुणासागराय नमः। ॐ कर्मपरायणाय नमः। ॐ कालातीताय नमः। ॐ कैवल्यस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ कृतात्मने नमः। ॐ कृतकृत्याय नमः। ॐ गीताज्ञानयज्ञप्रचारकाय नमः। ॐ गुरवे नमः। ॐ गुणातीताय नमः। ॐ ग्रन्थकृते नमः। ॐ चिन्मयाय नमः। ॐ छिन्नसंशयाय नमः। ॐ जगदात्मने नमः। ॐ जगत्साक्षिणे नमः। ॐ जनप्रियाय नमः। ॐ जितेन्द्रियाय नमः। ॐ जीवब्रह्मैक्यविदे नमः। ॐ जीवन्मुक्ताय नमः। ॐ जीर्णमन्दिरोद्धारकाय नमः। ॐ तपोवनशिष्याय नमः। ॐ तपस्विने नमः। ॐ तापनाशनाय नमः। ॐ तीर्थस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ तेजस्विने नमः। ॐ देहातीताय नमः। ॐ द्वन्द्वातीताय नमः। ॐ दृढनिश्चयाय नमः। ॐ धर्मसंस्थापकाय नमः। ॐ धीमते नमः। ॐ धीराय नमः। ॐ धैर्यप्रदाय नमः। ॐ नारायणाय नमः। ॐ निजानन्दाय नमः। ॐ निरपेक्षाय नमः। ॐ निःस्पृहाय नमः। ॐ निरुपमाय नमः। ॐ निर्विकल्पाय नमः। ॐ नित्याय नमः। ॐ निरञ्जनाय नमः। ॐ परमाय नमः। ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः। ॐ पावनाय नमः। ॐ पावकाय नमः। ॐ पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ॐ प्रसन्नात्मने नमः। ॐ फलासक्तिरहिताय नमः। ॐ बहुभक्ताय नमः। ॐ बन्धमोचकाय नमः। ॐ ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय नमः। ॐ ब्रह्मपराय नमः। ॐ भयनाशनाय नमः। ॐ भारतगौरवाय नमः। ॐ भूम्ने नमः। ॐ महावाक्योपदेशकाय नमः। ॐ महर्षये नमः। ॐ मधुरस्वभावाय नमः। ॐ मनोहराय नमः। ॐ महात्मने नमः। ॐ मेधाविने नमः। ॐ यतात्मने नमः। ॐ यज्ञकृते नमः। लोकप्रसिद्धाय नमः। ॐ वाग्मिने नमः। ॐ विभवे नमः। ॐ विनोदप्रियाय नमः। ॐ विनयशीलाय नमः। ॐ वीतरागाय नमः। ॐ वेदान्तवेद्याय नमः। ॐ शान्ताय नमः। ॐ शान्तिप्रदाय नमः। ॐ शास्त्रोद्धारकाय नमः। ॐ शुद्धसत्त्वाय नमः। ॐ श्रुतिपारगाय नमः। ॐ श्रोत्रियाय नमः। ॐ सन्न्यासिने नमः। ॐ समबुद्धये नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दाय नमः। ॐ सर्वहितचिन्तकाय नमः। ॐ सत्यसङ्कल्पाय नमः। ॐ सन्तुष्टाय नमः। ॐ साधवे नमः। ॐ सुमनसे नमः। ॐ सुहृदे नमः। ॐ स्वयं ज्योतिषे नमः। ॐ स्थितप्रज्ञाय नमः। ॐ क्षमाशीलाय नमः। ॐ ज्ञानमूर्तये नमः। ॐ ज्ञानयोगिने नमः। ॐ ज्ञानतृप्ताय नमः। ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्रीचिन्मयसद्गुरवे नमः।
Hari Om. I officially welcome one and all for today's 16th Vedanta Course first anniversary celebrations on Ganesh Chaturthi Day. I also welcome Pujya Guruji, our resident Acharya Swami Bodhatmananda, and Tara Amma, our founder, chairperson for Tara Cultural Trust, and her son Ajay Swarupji, that's also here. And all the other trustees, Hindoji ji is here, and all our local acharyas also that are resident and present today. We welcome one and all. And now it's our pleasure to call our resident Acharya to come and give a brief report on the Vedanta course, Swami Bodhatmananda.
Hari Om. Ganesh Chaturthi greetings to one and all. Om Shri Chinmay Sadgurave Namaha. With God's grace, Guru Parampara's blessings, Puja Gurudev's and Puja Guruji's blessings, of this 16th Vedanta course, we have completed first year successfully. I am going to give a brief report on this 1 year that we have completed, and then a brief message for students. We started 1 year back with around 84 students, and then in next couple of weeks, the number of students grew and it became 93. And now we are at 79 students. Some students, because of inevitable circumstances in their family, had to leave. Some found the rigor here too much to handle, and some could not fit in, and so they decided to leave. In last 1 year, students here have studied various texts, Prakarana Granthas, introductory texts of Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji, texts like Sadhana Panchakam, Tattvabodha Bhajagovindam, bigger texts like Viveka Chudamani, works of other acharyas like Panchadashi by Vidyaranya Swamiji, Upadeshasar by Ramana Maharshi ji, etc. And they have also studied a few Upanishads, Isha, Kena, Katha, Kaivalya, Amritabindu, and couple of chapters of Chandogya. Coming up for them now is entire Bhagavad Gita, all 18 chapters. They have studied most of Tulsi Ramayana so far. They will be studying Srimad Bhagavatam and few more Upanishads and introduction to Brahma Sutra. They also had opportunity to interact with many of our acharyas. They were blessed by Puja Guruji's presence here many times. Guruji has taught all of us many texts, and our desire is that more and more in next year also Guruji is available to students. Apart from Puja Guruji, we had Swami Brahmanandji, Swami Vivekanandji, Swamini Gangananda Amma, Swamini Vimlananda Amma. We also had Swami Advaitanandji, Swami Prakashanandji, Advayanandji, Swami Swarupanandji give either formal or informal satsang to students depending on the time they had while they stay here. Also, we had hosted Acharya's conference here at the end of last year. And so many of our students got the opportunity to see many of our mission Acharyas. And they are actually going to receive Puja Gurudev in the form of Jyoti Yatra at the end of this year. Now, a brief message for students. We have seen in Vivek Chudamani that if there is a king who goes on claiming that I am king, but has not destroyed the enemies and has not acquired enough wealth to support the nation, then that kinghood, and claiming the kingship is of no use. Akritva shatru samharam agatva khil bhushriyam raja hamiti shabdat na raja bhavitum arhati. In the same way, for students and myself, Brahma shabdaihi kuto muktihi. Just claiming that I am Brahman without acquiring enough wealth and dissolving the impermanent aspects of this universe, akritva drashya vilayam ajñatva tattvam atmanah brahma shabdaihi kuto muktihi uktir matra phalaihi nranam. So it will be only at words level that we will claim that we are Brahman. So our Puja Gurudev has given this beautiful place here for sadhana, and we must continue to do our sadhana along with Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, so that when we claim that yes, the teaching of the Shastras are true for myself, it makes sense to us at least. Now, a brief idea about one skit that our students are going to present here. This skit is going to be in Sanskrit, but for those who are not very familiar with Sanskrit, actually it is very simple and you can understand. There is going to be a student, a seeker, like all of us, intensely looking for solution to this transmigration. And he is going to approach a teacher with all humility, reverence, and that teacher is going to step by step guide him through the unfoldment process until the student finally understands the truth about himself. So that entire teaching we are going to see here in steps, and we will also have one presenter who is going to explain what is going on. Okay, so that is going to be the Sanskrit skit that our students are going to present, where Karma Yoga will be explained, Bhakti will be explained, Jnanam also will be revealed. So that is just a introduction of what is going to come. With this, I conclude my presentation, and we will have now couple of students presenting and then this skit. Thank you. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji. Just one point that I would like to add for everybody's benefit here. This year, the students that are here have been an exceptional batch, accommodating in every single way, taking what we give them, and they're giving us back what we really need. So I thank all the students for accommodating and being wonderful. I'll now call upon Brahmachari Vinay to come and say a few words again. Sorry, Vinay ji.
भवतु नाम चिंता नास्ति। ॐ चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः सभायै सभापतिभ्यश्च। अहो खल्विदं मम भाग्यं सौभाग्यं परमविरागिभिः श्रीमच्चिन्मयानंद स्वामिभिः स्थापिते सान्दीपनीति पुण्यक्षेत्रे वासः। तत्करकमल संजातैः अस्मत् प्रधान आचार्यपादैः श्रीमत्तेजोमयानंद स्वामिभिः औपनिषदं ब्रह्मात्मैक्य ज्ञानोपदेशः तत्करकमल संजातैः अस्मदाचार्यपादैः श्रीमद्बोधात्मानंद सरस्वती स्वामिभिः वेदांत ज्ञान अध्यापनञ्च। अत्र स्थितैः सर्वैः अन्तेवासि विद्यार्थिभिः सह अध्ययनमपि। तेभ्यः अन्तेवासि शिष्येभ्यः संस्कृत वेद सूक्त स्तोत्र तल्लजानाञ्च पाठने तेषाम् आलापनेऽपि च अतीव मोदम् अनुभूयते। अस्मिन् धर्मकार्ये वयं स्वजीवितं सम्यग्रीत्या सम्पाद्य इह एव जन्मनि परमल्लक्ष्यं स्वरूपानुभूतिं प्राप्य कृतकृत्याः भवेम। सदा ईश्वर गुरुचरणेषु भक्ति साम्राज्य प्राप्त्यै सतत उद्यमरताः सन्तः नरनारायणात्मकं सेवां कुर्मः इति रीत्या विचिन्त्य कानिचन इमानि शब्दपुष्पाणि श्री गुरुपादेषु समर्प्य उपसंहरामि। हरि ओम नमस्ते। ओम तत्सत्।
Thank you, Vinay ji. And now I would like to call upon two of our students, Brahmacharni Sumedha and Sri Shiva Velu ji, to come and give the students impressions. Thank you.
Yeah. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om, and congratulations to all my fellow students. I recall a time when as a chick I dreamt of visiting Sandipani Sadhanalaya someday. But being a student here seemed a far-fetched idea. But then, thanks to Puja Guruji, I got the opportunity to serve here. And my joy knew no bounds. Because not only could I serve, but also I could attend the Vedanta classes here since the 15th batch was in progress. But having gained the taste of continued satsang over a year and a glimpse into the life of a Vedanta student, one can't help but hunger for more. It's like you can't quench the thirst for a pilgrimage by sprinkling a few drops of Ganga over you. You need to immerse yourself in the Ganges, only then can you proclaim, Hum Ganga Nahaye. Thus arose the Shubhecha, and indeed it was Devanugraha alone that brought us all to Sandipani Sadhanalaya. Just as Shruti Mata, knowing her offsprings too well, gives us a choice of paths and the freedom to gradually move up the ladder, so do our masters. The masters know only too well to make us do what they want us to do in the way which is best suited to us, as is evident from the past year. Every pore of Sandipani Sadhanalaya resonates with Puja Gurudev's presence. We may not have met Gurudev personally, yet as students of Vedanta, one can't but help see Gurudev in the scriptures themselves. We are indebted to Puja Gurudev for leaving us such a grand legacy and hope to do justice someday. Puja Guruji initiated us into our first text, Sadhana Panchakam, and later into our first Upanishad, Kenopanishad. Most of us had been skeptical of studying Sanskrit, studying a text completely in Sanskrit. But Puja Guruji's spontaneously simple and lucid style of teaching put all such doubts at rest. Guruji's every visit is as if an event we all look forward to, even if it's just for a few hours. Listening to Guruji over the past few days has been blessed bliss, and we hope that we get this continued satsang over the next 1 year. Since we were used to having an average of 12-hour days prior to joining the course, getting into a schedule with primarily 2 Vedanta classes besides Sanskrit and chanting and satsang didn't seem overly taxing. Or so we thought. But our Acharyaji, who has been a seasoned player at this, he patiently let us slip into the schedule. And as soon as we did, a new feature would get added, such as seva, questions, tests, quizzes, and the like, to keep our BMI occupied and aligned to Shravana Sadhana. Acharyaji spares no effort in giving us a clear understanding of concepts. Initially, though, the biggest challenge was memorizing. But Acharyaji egged us on with various techniques, from the use of oft-repeated acronyms to hi-fi hand gestures, to making sure we practice verses prior to class. And at the end of each text, Acharyaji has a set of questions ready for us, and the patience to correct all the submissions and give an unbiased feedback to those of us who choose to speak on a given question. Acharyaji is easily accessible and he attends to all those who visit him. Some get answers to their queries, others a patient ear, while those who need it get a strict dose of discipline. But everyone is sure to get their share of prasad. What more can one say about this excellent Acharya, who is a friend, a disciplinarian, an instiller of Jnana Bhakti and Vairagya, a showerer of sweetness, whose mysterious smile and quiet look of compassion unfailingly brighten each day. Over the year, the 16th batch has become one big family. Where we earlier saw differences in age, nationality, and culture, now there is a bond of acceptance. A special mention of our Sanskrit Adhyapaka and co-brahmachari Vinay Sharma, whose dedication towards Sanskrit is worth an applause. Besides teaching us Sanskrit, he unfailingly presents himself every morning for Vedic chanting at 5:30 a.m. and later enthusiastically narrates stories as he teaches us stotrams at noon. If I could sum up this impression in one word, it would be gratitude for all that we have received in the sanctity of Sandipani Sadhanalaya. We are provided for all our needs, and thanks to the generosity of devotees, we are pampered with a variety of goodies. Twice a day, Annadata Sukhi Bhava resonates wholeheartedly in appreciation of the tasty, sumptuous, healthy meals served in Annakshetra. Truly, as Acharyaji says, it is because Puja Gurudev spent nights under multi-stars that we benefit from a multi-star ashram. Now it is up to us to live a disciplined life, focused in Shravana Sadhana, anchored in unfailing Shraddha towards the Shastra and Guru Parampara. I invoke the Guru Parampara's grace upon us that we gain Gati in the ultimate pursuit to bridge the gap between Asti and Asmi. Hari Om, that's it.
Hari Om. The impressions about the first year of our togetherness, I want to speak from the viewpoint of Paristhitivadi, who took the exit number 60, as our Acharya refers as often, and to join this Vedanta course. The 1 year experience has been tremendous. It had an impact on all of us, especially on me, which I never thought when I signed up for this course in the positive way. So I'm going to just give a glimpse of some of my past life very briefly, just with the intent of contrasting the change that brought in me in this course so far. When I was part of the rat race, so-called the American corporate world, there were several, of course, exciting events. Be it lunch with the President of the United States, or ringing the bell at the NASDAQ Stock Exchange, or golfing in the top 10 golf courses in the nation. None of these events could answer my lingering questions. What am I doing? Where am I going with this life? That's when the silver lining was there with the impact from our association with Chinmaya Mission Ann Arbor. Our association with Chinmaya Mission Ann Arbor started 20 years before yesterday, exactly, when my child started attending Balavihar. That was the beginning of the turning point. Ever since, of course, our association with the mission in the form of attending study groups, satsangs, that had continuous positive increasing impact, so much so that our involvement with the mission also started increasing, so much so that I started using some of those lessons what I learned during the weekend study groups and study-less satsangs in my work to diffuse and handle these situations in the most effective way, to the surprise of many of my corporate colleagues. That was the impact. So that gave me an impression, a seed in me over the years, that I should one day seek this knowledge in depth. Here I am. With the impact of this, when I communicated this decision to my colleagues and friends, they were wondering, what am I doing? My colleagues started asking, you're leaving this lucrative job to go to what? And I have to explain to them. And my friends started advising, you're not prepared for the ashram life. You know what they do when it comes to food? They give for lunch chapati and dal, and for night, dal and chapati. So that kind of a feedback was there, but I made up my mind. If you can recall our dialogue, what we had on April 15th, after a long consideration and consultation, I came to the conclusion with conviction that liberation is the only solution, etc., etc. So here I am. When we landed on the first day, as we all know, how meticulous planning was done, how the pre-arrangements were done, thanks to the administration and of course our Acharya ji, that everything was taken care in such a way that we can be productive from day one. We can focus on our studies from day one with no distractions. From earplugs to umbrellas were planned. So we were able to concentrate. So overall, my expectations were set because of my colleagues and friends' feedback, etc., at a very low level. But when I came here, it far exceeded the best environment I can think of. So that was the environment part of it. Now let's come to the most exciting part of the teachings. Now, we never expected Guruji will be taking us 6 texts out of the so many texts what we had. 6 texts Guruji took in spite of his busy schedule. We're so thankful to Guruji. And coming to our Acharya ji, as we all know, whoever meets him knows his love for Shastras. And that love for Shastras is implanted in each one of us, which will remain forever in us. When it comes to teaching something new, every day there is something new. Every day there's a new angle to what we already learned. When we take up a new text, or when we take up a new concept, or when we take up a new word, the cross references and the quotes, and then all the way going the recap, going all the way to the previous text, wherever the relevant about all the 30 texts what we covered, that's amazing. That brick by brick teaching, that layer by layer teaching in a structured way, at least for people like me, it is such a bonus. I never expected that. And that is, of course, shown in our results when all of us, our students, present in our daily presentations, which is the ritual which each one of us have to go through. And that is, presentation to presentation, we see the increase in the standard of presentations, in the depth, in the clarity, and also in the presentation skills and so on. From month 1 to month 12, we have seen that in the presentations. A word about the management technique, what our Acharya ji uses. Coming from the management background, I was amazed. If somebody complains, one of our employees complains to the other employee, we call a HR committee and this committee, that committee, and goes on for 3-4 weeks and beyond to resolve that. Here's a simple technique, just an example. If A complains about B to Swamiji, you know what it does? It talks to A all the good things about B, and vice versa. The result, we see the harmony and the love, and mutual love and respect for each other. That's our Acharya ji. Now, a word about our Sanskrit teacher, Vinay ji. 10 months into the course, most of us, especially including the overseas students like me, we were able to participate successfully in the Bhashya Parayana. That is the proof of the pudding. Thanks, Vinay ji. We are very lucky to be in Sandipani. When my wife went to one-year program in 2010, at that time I was not prepared. And she went to Pierce, California for one-year course, Vedanta Course, and I was not prepared, and I was in the peak of my career. And I was thinking, what is she doing? There must be something in it if she's going for it. Then that 1-year absence of her, gave me a lot of time for introspect. And at the end of that 1 year, 2011, when she came, Subhecha was there in me, that I should also do this. And she's done 1-year course and I should do 2-year course. And she went to community college, I should go to Harvard. And here I am, Sandipani. This is the best environment one can think of. Thanks to our Gurudev, Puja Gurudev and Puja Gurujis. And we are all here blessed with this environment and blessed with the teachings. And let me conclude with one statement. There are only very few people in this world in their 50s and 60s who know, now I know what to do with my rest of my life. There are only very few people. And I'm blessed to be one of them. I'm committing to this path. Thanks to the entire Guru Parambara for this great opportunity. Hari Om.
Thank you, Sumedha and Shivaji. I've got no doubt that all the other students that may not have been called up to say a few words or give the impressions, they share what the two of them have spoken on your behalf too. So everybody's part of the whole thing. Thank you. I now call upon Brahmachari Keshav for the Sanskrit skit.
हरि ओम परम पूज्याः मान्यमान्याः श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठाः पूज्य गुरुचरणाः एवं च अत्र विराजमानाः अस्माकं पूज्य आचार्याः अन्ये च विराजमानाः ज्येष्ठाः श्रेष्ठाः समस्त आचार्यचरणकमलयोः वन्दनं कृत्वा इदानीं कार्यक्रम आरभ्यते दुर्लभं त्रयमेवैतत् देवानुग्ररहेतुकं मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वं महापुरुषसंश्रय। सौभाग्यवशात् अत्र अस्माकं पार्श्वे त्रयमेव उपस्थितो वर्तते। अस्मिन् अवसरे अत्र एका लघुनाटिका प्रदर्श्यते। अस्याः नाटिकायाः नाम वर्तते आत्मोद्धार। अस्यां नाटिकायां सकलशास्त्रस्य सारः प्रदर्शितो वर्तते। एवं च अस्यां नाटिकायां यत् शास्त्रस्य यत् किमपि सार न बोधं स्यात् तस्य बोधम् अत्र कृतं वर्तते। कश्चन गुरुः अस्ति एवं शिष्यः वर्तते। गुरुशिष्य यत् संवादं विद्यते अस्मिन् संवादे किं ते परस्परं संवादः भवति एवं च शिष्यस्य यानि प्रश्नानि सन्ति समस्तसाधकानां प्रश्नान् उद्दिश्य कृतं वर्तते। इदानीम् अस्याः नाटिकायाः रचनाकर्ता कः इति जिज्ञासायाम् अत्र उच्यते now this drama little dramas who is creator, now we are saying our Pujya Guruji is creator of this Laghu Natikaya. एवं च अस्याम् इदानीम् अस्य नाटिका पश्यामः वयं सर्वेपि मिलित्वा। तत्र प्रथमाध्यायः आरभ्यते यत् कश्चित् जिज्ञासु साधकः शिष्यभावेन ज्ञाननिष्ठं गुरुं विधिवत् उपेत्य गुरोः अनुमतिं च प्राप्य स्वव्यथाम् अकथयत्। सः शिष्यः कथं रूपेण स व्यथां कथयति अत्र पश्यामः।
हे गुरु, अतीव चंचलं हि मे मनः, क्षणम् अपि तत् स्थिरं न भवति। भृशं पीडितोऽहं तेन, निरन्तरं तेन सह क्रियमाणेन संघर्षेण क्लान्तोऽस्मि अधुना। भवान् कृपया उपायं दर्शयतु।
चिंता मा कुरु सौम्य, मनसः चंचलता तव मूल समस्या नास्ति। तेन सह अविवेकपूर्ण संबंध एव तव दुःखस्य मूल कारणम्। वद मां मनः प्रति तव का दृष्टिः अस्ति?
भवान् स्पष्टीकरोतु प्रश्नस्य अभिप्रायम्।
किं त्वं स्वमनः आत्मत्वेन ममत्वेन विषयत्वेन करणत्वेन वा पश्यसि? मनः एव अहम् इति तव तादात्म्यमस्ति चेत् तस्य निन्दा स्वस्य निन्दा एव भविष्यति। तन्मा कुरु। चंचलं हि मे मनः इति तव कथनं त्वं तस्माद् अन्यः इति एव सिद्ध्यति। अतः तस्य गुणैः कथं त्वं पीडयसे? किंचित् विचारय। अथ यदि मनः ममत्वेन गृह्णासि तर्हि अपि कोऽपि समस्या नास्ति। तव गृहे वस्तूनि अनेकानि सन्ति, यानि मदीयत्वेन गृह्णन् त्वं तेषाम् उपयोगः करोषि। अत्रापि तथैव कुरु। वस्तूनां धर्माः तव न सन्ति इति विजानीहि। भावनापूर्णं हि मनः। ता भावनाः सम्यक्तया जीवने प्रयोक्तव्याः।
भवद्वचनेन शान्तिम् अनुभवामि। अधिकं श्रोतुम् इच्छामि गुरु।
प्रसन्नोऽस्मि। सम्यक् विचारे स्पष्टं भवेत् मनः तव आधीनं करणमात्रमस्ति इति। मनुते अनेन इति मनः। तस्मात् मनः तव चिन्तनस्य विषयग्रहणस्य करणमस्ति। चक्षुरादि ज्ञानेन्द्रियैः युक्तं सन् मनः बाह्यविषयान् जानाति। तत्सम्पर्काभावात् इन्द्रियाणि अपि विषयग्रहणे अशक्तानि सन्ति। यथा त्वया बाह्योपकरणानाम् उपयोगः क्रियते तथैव अत्रापि मनःकरणेन पदार्थज्ञानं विषयज्ञानं च प्राप्तुं प्रयत्नं कुरु।
गुरो, विषयत्वेन मनः प्रति का दृष्टिरुचिता भवति?
लौकिकविषयाः पदार्थाः न स्वतः दुःखदायकाः सुखदायकाः वा सन्ति, किन्तु प्रायः जनाः तथा न कुर्वन्तः तेषां रागद्बुद्ध्या द्वेषबुद्ध्या वा पश्यन्तः तेषु प्रवर्तन्ते अथवा निवर्तन्ते, अथैव सुखदुःखात्मकरूपे द्वन्द्वात्मकमोहे एव पतन्ति ते न जानाति। लौकिकविषयाः मनुष्याणां कार्यसिद्धौ उपयोगिनः सन्ति। अहो खलु कष्टं वर्तते। धीरस्तु रागद्वेषवियुक्तः सन् तेषु विचरति सर्वदा आनन्दम् एव अनुभवति। मनोनिन्दां मा कुरु, तेन सह बन्धुभावेन वर्तस्व।
भूरिशः धन्यवादाः।
बाढम्।
विचारार्थं प्रदर्शितः कोऽपि नवीनमार्ग एव भवता। पुनरपि श्रोतुम् आगमिष्यामि गुरो।
बाढम्। तथास्तु।
हरि गुरुशिष्ययोः एवं प्रकारेण संवादम् इदानीं प्रचलन् वर्तते। प्रथमाध्याय एवं प्रकारेण सम्पन्न जातः। किञ्चित् सः शिष्यः मननं करोति। यावत् सः मननं करोति तावत् वयम् एकलघुभजनं शृणुमः। ब्रह्मचारी भानु एवं ब्रह्मचारी सचिना।
श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। मेरे द्वारा यहाँ पे जो अभंग गाया जा रहा है ये श्री संत तुकाराम महाराज जी का अभंग है। और इस अभंग में श्री संत तुकाराम महाराज साधु की व्याख्या करते हैं और लास्ट लाइन में वो कहते हैं कि साधु संतों में और भगवान में कोई फर्क नहीं होता। जे कारंजले गांजले त्यासी म्हणे जो आपुले। जे कारंजले गांजले त्यासी म्हणे जो आपुले। तोची साधू ओळखावा, तोची साधू ओळखावा, देव तेथेची जाणावा। तोची साधू ओळखावा, देव तेथेची जाणावा। मृदु सबाह्य नवनीत, मृदु सबाह्य नवनीत, तैसे सज्जनांचे चित्त। जासी अपंगिता नाही, जासी अपंगिता नाही, त्यासी धरी जोर दई। जे कारंजले गांजले त्यासी म्हणे जो आपुले। तोची साधू ओळखावा देव तेथेची जाणावा दया करणे जे पुत्रासी दया करणे जे पुत्रासी तेची दासानी दासी तुका म्हणे सांगू किती त्याची भगवंताच्या मूर्ती जे कारंजले गांजले त्यासी म्हणे जो आपुले तोची साधू ओळखावा देव तेथेची जाणावा बोलिए सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
शिष्यः इदानीं सम्यक् रूपेण मननं कृतं वर्तते तर्हि पुनः शिष्यः आगच्छति सः पुनः गुरुं प्रति किं पृच्छ्यते वयं शृणुमः ओहो पीताम्बरवस्त्रेण आगतम् इदानीं शिष्यः
Before we continue, I will just summarize everything in English for the audience benefit. So, in the first half, what we saw, the disciple, the seeker, came to the teacher, and his main question, his request was that his mind is problem for him, mind is bothering him, which is in general like everyone's problem, that they are worried about what is happening in mind. And the teacher explained that mind is like any other instrument, like how we have external instruments, mind is also an instrument, it is internal instrument. Whenever we identify with that mind and think that I am that mind, then disturbed mind means I am disturbed. And happy mind means I am happy. So that was the main teaching that the teacher imparted, and student felt that yes, this point was never mentioned to the student earlier, and it struck him. So he went, he contemplated, and he was initiated into the Gayatri, and so now he is here in yellow. Now what we are going to do is second half, and as after you see, I will come and again recap in English also for everyone's benefit. Okay, thank you. Over to you.
हे गुरो, भवद्वचनेन मम मनसि बहु सन्तोषः अस्ति। धन्यवादः। अधुना मनोनिन्दां त्यक्त्वा तस्य उन्नयनार्थं मया प्रयत्नः करणीय एव। समधिगतं, किन्तु कथं कर्तुं शक्यते तद् न जानामि। भवान् कृपया माम् उपदिशतु।
वदामि ते शास्त्रप्रतिपादितान् विद्वत्सम्मतान् मार्गान् यैः मनसः उन्नयनम् अवश्यं भवेत्। निष्ठापूर्वकं स्वकर्तव्यपालनं यदि भगवदर्पणबुद्ध्या क्रियते तर्हि भगवत्प्रसादात् चित्तशुद्धिं लभते साधकः। अयमेव कर्मयोगः। भगवतो भक्तिर्दृढा धीयताम्। भक्तिर्नाम लौकिककामनारहितं प्रतिक्षणं वर्धमानं प्रेम इति। तस्मात् प्रेमैव कार्यं। विषयान् ध्यायतश्चित्तं विषयेषु विषज्यते, किन्तु भगवन्तं ध्यायतश्चित्तं भगवत्येव प्रविलीयते। अयं योगः भक्तियोगः इति नाम्ना प्रसिद्धः लोके। ज्ञानमार्गेण एतावद्धि ज्ञातव्यं यन्मनः पारमार्थिकदृष्ट्या नित्य शुद्ध बुद्ध मुक्त सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप ब्रह्मैव अस्ति, तस्य चंचल स्वरूपं तु व्यावहारिकम् एव। अयं त्वं तु चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् इति सर्वदा भावय। अयं मार्गः ज्ञानमार्गः ज्ञानयोगः। यः साधकः एतैः उपायैः यतते सः निश्चयेन मुक्तः भवति।
गुरु, अहम् अवश्यं यतिष्ये, माम् अनुगृह्णातु।
तथास्तु।
शिष्यः आश्रमे एव तिष्ठति, न गृहं गच्छति। तत्र स्थित्वा गुरु उपसत्ति करोति, गुरुं सेवा करोति। एवं च 15 दिनानन्तरं पुनः शिष्यः सम्यक्तया मननं कृत्वा पुनः पृच्छति।
So the second part in English now. Student tells the teacher that he is really understood the fundamental aspect that mind is not he himself, mind is different from him. But he says now he has to put forth effort and take care of this mind so that mind doesn't bother him. So teacher teaches him what is karma yoga, bhakti yoga and jnana yoga, with the help of which the student can take care of the mind. The earlier two paths, karma yoga and bhakti yoga, they are for purifying the mind and making the mind steady, firm, undisturbed, having attained which the student understands that there is one aspect of mind which is absolute reality, Brahma Swarupa, which he can meditate on, and there is another matter aspect of mind which is Vyavaharika, which is going to be always oscillating, toggling here and there, and he has to learn to deal with that, but also meditate on the absolute path, absolute truth. So the student mentioned that, and now after 15 days, they continue.
हे गुरु, भवत् उपदेश अनुसारेण अहं साधना अभ्यासं करोमि, फलं च अनुभवामि। तथापि मम मनसि शङ्का जायते यत् अहं सम्यक् मार्गे अग्रे सरामि न वा, तथैव मम प्रगतिः अपेक्षा अनुसारा अस्ति न वा। यदि भवान् करुणया साधकानाम् उत्तरोत्तर विकास सोपानं मां दर्शयति तर्हि अहं स्वात्मनिरीक्षणं कर्तुं शक्नोमि।
सम्यक् पृष्टं त्वया। तत्सोपानं 5 श्लोकैः अहं निर्दिशामि, सावधानेन शृणु।
जगद्वस्तु सर्वं भोगाय मेस्ति, एवं यो मन्येत स एव भोगी। विषयातिरागान् मुक्तो यदि स्यात्, प्रोक्तो विरक्तः स मोक्षाधिकारी। सेवा हि लक्ष्यं मम जीवनस्य, मत्वेति नित्यं च सेवानुरक्तः। सकर्मयोगी सदा ह्यकामः, चित्तस्य शुद्धिं लभते स सद्यः। जगत्यच्च दृष्टं मम प्रेष्टदेवः, कर्माणि सर्वाणि च तस्य पूजा। ध्यायन् सदैवं हि प्रेमानुरक्तः, भक्तः स श्रेष्ठः प्रभुप्रीतिपात्रः। मनसि प्रवृत्ते जगतः प्रतीतिः, तस्मिन् विनष्टे च न हि भाति किञ्चित्।
अतो न सत्यं जगदेतदाततं जगदाश्रयं तं परं हि सत्यम् विश्वाश्रयं विश्वसाक्षी स्वरूपं ब्रह्मैव सच्चित् सुखरूपमस्मि साक्षात्कृतं येन निजस्वरूपं स एव सिद्धो भवपाशमुक्तः स एव सिद्धो भवपाशमुक्तः
अनुगृहीतोऽस्मि भगवन् अनुगृहीतोऽस्मि किञ्चित् कालानन्तरं मम साधना विषये निवेदयिष्यामि
पाढम्
This was the third part of the play, where the disciple started doing the sadhana abhyasa in the form of karma yoga, bhakti yoga, and then approaches the teacher with a question that how I can move forward on this path. This question also comes to many students. We feel like there is no progress in our sadhana. So that question is also taken up here. So teacher gives teaching. These shlokas are composed by Puja Guruji once again. Jagas vastu sarvam bhogaya mesti evam yo manyeta sa eva bhogi. So all the seekers, basically, or all people, they are grouped into different kinds. There is person who in the initial part of life is a bhogi, who considers this world only as available for enjoyment. Then slowly gets some vairagya, becomes dispassionate, and slowly withdraws from enjoyments, not withdraws from life, and he becomes fit for moksha. Such a person now starts serving this whole universe with the attitude of karma yoga and purifies his mind. The third stage is when he sees this world not as matter world but as God and becomes a devotee of that God. So that what God he has been thinking and meditating, now he sees that God in this whole world, in this universe, and serves that God. And slowly, with that love towards Bhagavan, he gets the grace and blessings of teacher, Shastra, and realizes that Brahman is the substratum of this whole universe, and the world is appearing only at the level of mind, not from the absolute truth level. And once he understands that I am that reality, I am that truth, substratum of this, he becomes a siddha. In this way, teacher gave the teaching. So student has gone to contemplate more, and he said, in brief, kinchit kala anantaram, punah agatya, he is having come back, he is going to ask some questions or present what he has understood. So now we will wait for that student to come. And this is the final part. So we thank Puja Guruji for composing this wonderful play so that all of us sadhakas can benefit from this entire journey. Hari Om.
स्वस्य वचनानुसारेण शिष्यः गुरोः आश्रमं गतः तं दृष्ट्वा गुरोः अपि प्रसन्नः अभवत् एवं च प्रसन्नजातं गुरुः शिष्यं प्रति पृच्छति हरि ओम्
स्वागतं ते सौम्य। अधुना किञ्चित् कथितुम् इच्छसि?
स्वस्य स्थितिं ज्ञातुम् अध्यात्ममार्गे निरीक्षणं नित्यमहं करोमि। मिश्रं च रूपं चकितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा भूयः प्रयत्नश्च कार्यः मया वै।
सम्यक् पृष्टं। साधु। आहा, सत्यनिष्ठोऽसि। तव इयं निष्ठा एव त्वां लक्ष्यं प्रापयिष्यति। हरिः शं ते करिष्यति। शुभास्ते पन्थानः सन्तु।
भवतः अमोघ आशीर्वादेन अधुना निश्चिन्तोऽहम्। सत्यं धन्योऽहम् भवत्सदृशं सिद्धं जीवन्मुक्तगुरुं प्राप्य। हे गुरु, त्वां वयं पुनः पुनः नमस्कुर्मः।
The skit is over. So this was the final part. As you saw, the journey of sadhaka, he started in white, in few minutes got yellow, and in few more minutes got sannyas also, and got blessings from Guruji also. So the last portion was that he has now understood the essence of the teaching, and he said he is going to continue to reflect on this teaching and has realized his own nature, his own swarupa. Guru said, yes, all blessings be with you. May you continue in peace. And in this way, student understood fulfillment of his life. Dhanyosmi, Dhanyosmi. Hari Om. Now we will have address by Puja Guruji. So
Hari Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samast Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam. Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Hari Om. Hearty congratulations to the Acharya and the students of this Vedanta course for the completion of this 1 year beautifully, joyfully, and successfully. We started invoking the grace of Lord Ganesha, Puja Gurudev, and all Acharya Parampara. So for any success, we need their grace and blessings and our efforts. Mehnat meri, rahmat teri. Our effort and grace of God, they come together, then only we can achieve anything. I'm very, very glad to have to listen to the impressions of two students, one younger group, elderly group. So that shows that the purpose for which the ashram is established, the course is structured, that is being fulfilled. And all this became possible. I can never thank our Tara Amma enough. She had to just go because
she's over 90 years. Can you believe? And always I mention that her attendance in our trust meeting is 100%. Others are sometimes present, but she is always there. Her son is sitting here, our Ajay Swarupji. So please, I have always spoken, but please again convey my this regards to her. It was her gift of this land here at that time that enabled us to build this ashram, and now it is continuously fulfilling the purpose for which it was established. The very fact we have reached up to 16th. 16th Shodashakala. So 16th Vedanta course, that itself is a proof. So that is a most wonderful thing, and I always feel very, very grateful to Amma for that. Now, our Swami Bodhatmananda has already told you that only saying Brahman is not enough, but we have to realize also that. But first of all, we have to know it, then only we can do anything. Now I have to tell you only one point, which generally I mention to the students of all Vedanta courses. And in English also they say, that we have come a long way and still there is a long way to go. But that sentence should not, frighten you. This 1 year, you have lived here very nicely. When you came, you did not know anything about the ashram life or studies. But there was great enthusiasm. But now what is required is to sustain that enthusiasm. Because there is a tendency, it is a psychological thing. Sometimes even in our 1 hour discourse also, sometimes suddenly we get tired, bored, doze off. So many things happen. So 1 year we have lived, and now we have to be more and more watchful of this mind. Now is the time. Because up till now very nicely, because everything is new also, but when something sets in, after it is possible, not that it will happen in everybody's case, but the mind, that's what the skit was also about the mind only. That how the mind goes on playing its own tricks. And in all our texts also we are studying that everything is given. The only one word that we have to constantly remember is extreme alertness. Extreme alertness. I remember a story from the Buddhist literature. One student, they call Bhikshu, young, very handsome, and going. One day, one young, beautiful lady, and what we call that, like a prostitute, she saw him and got very attracted. And she said to him, "You live with me." That young man, sadhu, said, "I will have to take permission from my teacher, that is Gautam Buddha." If he allows, then yes. Not otherwise. Now this story, I know you are listening to it with great all that, you know what happened. So he asked Bhagavan Gautam Buddha, such a thing has happened. Now, what is your command, decision, whatever? And do you know, he said, go. Leave, go there. He said, Baba, go. He said, oh, now you say that go, but please give me some advice. What should I be, keeping in my mind? Because it is very dangerous kind of play. And he gave only one word, and that is called alertness. Extreme alertness. That's all only he said. And he went. Do you know, that lady must have tried her level best to create desire in him, to tempt him. He was alert, what they call 24/7. This expression is very well known, 24/7. So alert. And the result was, she became his disciple. It is possible. She will follow this path. She couldn't believe that a person can have this kind of, control, mastery, alertness, and see devotion to Guru, that when he said one word, and see the Guru's trust. Think of that also. The point is alertness about everything. Because it's your mind, we do not know. Shankaracharya Bhagavan has said about the kama, ananta nimittavan hi kamaha. The desire is such, it can rise from any kind of excuse. Whenever ananta nimitta, endless, countless causes are there. Only by seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching, thinking, feeling, imagining, and that can distract a person from the chosen path. And if our mind gets distracted, that distraction can cause destruction. So we have to be very, very alert about that. In this Sanskrit play also, Atmodhara, the name of Atmodhara, it is lifting oneself. That this mind, there are so many means are there. Through that, we have to be watchful. And then we can succeed. It is possible, sometime, while walking also we fall down. So, but we have to get up. Our Gurudev used to say, even if you fall sometime, you fall like a rubber ball. With a double speed, you have to should rise up. Not like iron ball. Again stand up. And then keep going, only going. This is what it is. So, once again, I congratulate you. Also remember that now more and more serious text also will be now taught. And then they are serious texts, of course, they are serious and subtle, but most enjoyable. And they will take your mind to greater and greater heights. And you will love it. You have got a very good teacher who can teach you that. I'm very happy that for Sanskrit, for Vedant, for both you have got good teachers and you are good students. So it will be very wonderful. Of course, I will also keep coming here and we will keep meeting and we will know. Acha. Today at 4:30, I will have very informal session only with our students. Those who are going through this course, and then evening, 7 o'clock, you are going to give a skit in English, and that is your own creation. So even I don't know what it is. So I am also eagerly looking forward to that. Now, so many people, our devotees of the mission are present here. I would like to tell them that please, the support you have given this to this whole course and to the entire ashram and the mission is most appreciable, and I thank you all for that. Today also you will find some book stall. It is set up there outside. You must see that book stall, not only see, and what very beautiful things are there, books or CDs or whatever that, you should take for yourself, you should take for gifting to your friends, and that also is a great support to spread the message of Vedanta to large number of people. Thank you all very much. Once again, invoking God's grace, Puja Guru's blessings, we conclude this function. After this, please go to the next hall. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.